welcome back. Well, it's morning for me. I don't know about you guys, whatever time you guys are watching this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be. Today's video is going to be my current foundation routine. It has changed since my last, I don't even know if I even have a foundation routine video. I can't remember, but if I did, it's definitely changed since then. And I've recently discovered an amazing foundation that has just changed my life. So we're gonna go ahead and get into my foundation routine. I hope you guys enjoy this video and keep watching. So first things first, we're gonna prime our skin. Today I'm using I have it in a sample because they didn't have any more when I went to Sephora to buy it, but I knew I wanted to buy it, but I was like, you know what, if I can't buy it, let me at least try it. So I got the Dior Backstage primer, and I used this yesterday when I did my makeup, and I think I really, really liked it. It's supposed to like help with blurring. It makes your skin, oh my god, it feels so nice. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. You guys, I used this for the first time yesterday and I was obsessed. So we're definitely using it again today. And I'm in the shade 7.5 Warm. And I'm just going to spray some Fix Plus on my brush. Just apply it directly onto the brush. And as you guys will see, this is definitely tan for me. But we're going to make it work. We're going to blend it in. And I'm going to use light setting powder, so it's okay that it's a little tan because I just showered and took my spray tan off, or my self tan. Same thing. Anyways, don't be alarmed. Oh, and I'm applying it with just a dense brush. I feel like this just gives me like the best coverage. It doesn't look cakey. I just go back and forth between a beauty blender and a brush. And I just feel like as of lately, a brush has definitely been helping a girl out. So it is definitely full coverage for sure. So you don't need much. And I'm just patting it on and then buffing it out. Patting it on is just gonna give you the best and the most coverage. And buffing it out is just gonna make it so that it's all blended, no harsh lines. And it doesn't get cakey or built up throughout the day. Alright, now that the foundation is laid, we're going to move on to brows, and I'm going to do that off camera. And brows are on. So now we're going to move on to concealer. I'm going to be using the Benefit Boi-ng Cakeless Concealer. I tried this yesterday for the first time, and guys, I'm obsessed. It is so good. It lasted all day, did not cake up, and it just had such a beautiful coverage. It just made my pore area just look so beautiful and just very concealed. Just taking a damp beauty blender and pouncing that concealer out, or blending that concealer out. One thing I did notice when I was cleaning up my brows with this concealer is it does dry quickly, so it might be best to do each eye separately. Guys, I'm just going to be using the Huda Beauty baking powder. If you don't know, this powder is life-changing. I'm going to show you guys like a side by side. And I don't bake under my eyes. I just don't feel the need to unless I'm like doing a heavy eyeshadow, and then in that case I just do my eyeshadow first. I've never tried baking with my under eyes with this powder, so I don't know how it leaves your makeup. I don't know if it leaves it kind of dry, because when you put too much powder on your under eyes, it could just look really dry. So I try and avoid that because I like my under eyes to look well rested. So as you guys can see how we started off, it was a little bit too tan for me, the foundation shade, but after setting everything, it will start to resemble my skin tone. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know I had my TV playing. I'm just gonna go ahead and conceal my chin and my forehead. I feel like for me, this step is mandatory Like, I just feel like it doesn't look all tied together. Like, when you contour or when you highlight your forehead and your chin, it just I feel like ties everything together. It like really lightens up the inner part of your face, and then the outer part is what we're gonna go ahead and bronze. So I just feel like it just looks more put together when we do this step. Even though it may not look like it, I very lightly press the beauty blender, or put the makeup into my skin with the beauty blender, because I feel like the more pressure you apply, like the more it picks up the product. And I don't really want it to pick up the product. I want the product to stay on my face. So we're just gonna blend that out. And the reason I use two different beauty blenders is because I use one for the creams. I use this one for like my concealer, and then I use the other one immediately after to set it with the setting powder. I used to use just one, but then I just kept like using the side that had powder and then using the side that had cream. It was just a mess. So now I use two different ones. Yes, it's excessive, but it gets the job done. You guys, putting concealer on, and I think concealer and bronzer are like my two favorite steps for makeup. It really just makes you look so much better and just put together, and makes your skin look nice. Definitely my favorite part of my makeup. Then just set the rest of my face as well. I hate that noise. Oh my gosh, just looks so much better. The powder literally makes my skin just look freaking amazing. Hello, I'm over here. Yes, thank you. Don't forget. So I'm gonna go ahead, after I apply the first coat of powder, I always like to set my face just so it doesn't look too powdery. I don't know, throughout my whole foundation routine, I just spray setting spray. So this is the first spray down, and I'm using the Prime and Fix Refreshing Mist by Kiko, Milano. This is the first item I've ever used from their brand, and I actually really like it. And this is just gonna help and dampen up that powder so that it doesn't look so like powdery. I hate the look of like powdered faces, so this just makes it look like it's your skin, just like a perfected version of your skin. Another spray. Okay, we're on a good track, you guys. Seriously, just so shook over this foundation. I still can't get over it. It still just looks so freaking flawless. And if you would like just a little bit more coverage on your face, currently my skin is pretty good right now, so I don't need any more additional coverage. But for days that I do feel like I just want a little bit more, I will go over my foundation with a powder foundation, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and I love this powder. It's so beautiful. I've never actually used it with the foundation, but it just makes so that your skin just looks so flawless and beautiful. So this will just add just a little bit more coverage. I like to just dust this all over my face. I don't like to pack it on or anything, just a little more coverage if I need for the days that I do need it. I'm not doing it today, I'm gonna skip it, but that is an option if you guys want to. Next, we're gonna move on to bronzer. I'm using the Hoola Caramel Bronzer. It looks like this. And I just got this yesterday, and I used it for the first time yesterday, and I am very quickly obsessed with it. It just gives you such a beautiful shade, like a really bronzy shade. Like I said, I took my tan off yesterday, so I'm not gonna go in too crazy with this shade. And I'm just using kind of like a fluffy, densey brush, kind of in between. And I always love to take my bronzer all the way up. A lot of people don't like to, but I literally take my bronzer all the way from here all the way up to my forehead. Just like that like carved out look for your face. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out. My nose contour, I'm going to be using the regular Hoola. I feel like caramel is just a little too warm for a nose contour. And I'm not doing like a heavy contour or anything. I'm just like warming up my nose because it tends to disappear with all that concealer. I'm just gonna bring it back to life. I'm so extra when it comes to bronzers. I literally use so many different ones for different parts of my face. On to the next bronzer. I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm using it for this particular shade right here, and I'm going to be using this to help carve out my jawline. Sure, I could just use one bronzer, but what's the fun in that? This is probably why I break out of my jaw. Come to think of it. So for blush, I'm going to be using the Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy Sculpting Blush. Ooh, this is super dirty, but I don't know why this is in here. I always throw these away, but this is what it looks like. It's a very pinky, blushy shade, and it's very, very pigmented, so a little goes a very long way. And just start building. And I do very, very light strokes going back into the hairline. I like to just apply a little bit, blend, a little bit, blend. So that's pretty much what I'm doing until I feel like most of the product is off the brush, and then I'll just start blushing it out, buffing it out. And lately I've been liking a really heavy, intense blush. I mean, not like heavy intense, but like a little bit more than I used to. Blend that out. I hate like harsh lines when it comes to blush. I like it to just be completely blended out, like you can't tell the blush from your cheek to your, or you know what I mean. Now I like to move on to the under eyes again. So mixing that banana shade in the Shade and Light palette in MAC Pro Emphasize, I'm gonna just apply that right directly under my eyes just to brighten it back up, just in case we kind of lost a brightness from all that makeup. And then a little on the forehead and on the chin. And my nose as well. Then I'm just gonna go back over that blush just to make sure it's all blended and we didn't lose that color from the powder. We clearly didn't on this side. So then I'm going to try a new product. It's the Mercier Peach Mosaic Shimmering Block, and it's actually so pretty, and I feel like this is just gonna give me a nice little highlight along with some nice color on the cheeks. So we're just gonna go ahead and sweep that onto the apples of the cheek. I think it'll give it a nice little glow. Oh my gosh, yes. Hello, bitch. This isn't even our highlight. Oh my, where have I been? I've literally had this mosaic block, is that what it's called? Shimmer block. I've had this shimmer block for forever and never put it to use. I don't know why, because oh my gosh, you guys see how beautiful this is? I truly love anything from Mercier. She does no wrong. It does resemble the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. It kind of does the same thing that I use that for, which I really like. And I'm just going to dust some on my nose and on my forehead of whatever is left on the brush. Next thing is we're going to bake while I put my highlighter on. And I'm using the Huda Beauty baking powder to go ahead and bake. You guys, this powder is incredible for baking. It just totally, you guys will see, it just carves everything out and just totally cleans up that area in case you had a sloppy hand. And then I also like to set crease from my nose because my makeup tends to break up her. For highlight, I'm going to be using another new product that I just got and I used yesterday. Literally all these products I just got yesterday from Sephora and I used them yesterday and I was in love. But it is the Bareminerals Highlighter. It is the shade Free and it is so gorgeous, guys. We're going to lather ourselves up in this. Now tell me that isn't yummy, guys. I'm gonna apply some on our Cupid's bow. Cannot do my makeup without highlighting my Cupid's bow. I feel like it's just so flattering. A little on our nose. And just blend it up. Just gonna wipe off that bake. Now we're gonna use some Fix Plus and just spray everything down. So I know this seems kind of excessive, but we're gonna go in with another setting spray. I wasn't joking when I said I literally bathe in setting sprays, and they're all used for different things, you know? Like the first one was to, you know, dampen up the face. Second one was kind of the same thing. And this one's to really just add highlight. I'm gonna be using the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist, and I love this stuff. I don't really like the fact that it has like the little flakes of gold in it. Kind of throws me off sometimes, but I like the overall finish. But the spray is like darts out at you, so you gotta like spray like this. And it like wets your face. So if you have highlight on, it is just gonna make it bling. Gosh, there is just nothing better than a shiny forehead. Like I just love my forehead to just glisten. Glisten, baby, glisten. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and do my eye makeup and do my hair, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished end results. So I'll be back in just. And there we have it. This is the finished look, and I really need to find something else to say, but I'm really feeling it, and I think it turned out really, really good. I ended up using glitter, which is something I said I've been wanting to use. As you can see, the face, like my skin, looks amazing. If you want a flawless, airbrushed looking face, then I definitely recommend using the Charlotte Tilbury foundation. I mean, my face speaks for itself. I love this foundation. I love the routine that I do. Everything right now just works really, really well, and I'm gonna keep doing it because I'm liking it. And for the eye makeup, I decided to do something with glitter today. I never do glitter, and I've been wanting to, and I bought these glow shadows from Stila, and I figured I'd put it to use today, and I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. I'm really surprised that it didn't transfer like onto my like upper brow area, because normally I have really small lids, so when I look up it automatically transfers, and these didn't. So I'm really happy with them. I'm definitely going to keep playing with them because this was new to me, but I like the way my eyeshadow turned out as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, until next time, bye guys.